Good evening, lords and ladies. DJ Craigie, live with the Behind the Fang podcast with my amazing wife and co-host, Ming Chow Neapolitan Wu. It's a pleasure to be here this fine evening. We have Princeps Brian Norshire Lesher Ravens from the ADE bloodline. It's a pleasure to have you here this evening.
It's a pleasure to be here this evening. Thank you very much for the honor.
Oh, thanks for joining us.
So we're going to just dive right into it, or sink our fangs into it, so to speak.
Yeah, do that.
So, tell us about how you were first birthed into the darkness and your embracement of your original character.
I've actually always been Dark Fae. The concept behind it was that we wanted to do something a little bit different than the traditional vampire. So we took the idea that instead of sustaining ourselves from the quits by the use of blood, we would do so by the use of their soul. And in Irish mythos, you see this a lot where the Fae come in and they will steal your soul. They will take your nightmares, they will give you nightmares. That sort of was the concept that we began with. And so the character that I am now is the character that I sort of started with, only perhaps a bit older and wiser, I would say.
Yes.
I
love that. Oh.
The actual embracement for myself and for my husband of we were embraced together was a melding of the traditions that we had from the embracing progeny and the mythos of my homeland in Ireland. And together, our embrace is the prototype of the embracing that you now see about 2 years later.
That's fantastic. I do too. That's very meaningful. That's very special.
Well, we've been together since the beginning. As I have often said, I cannot think of anyone else I'd rather walk the dark dream with.
It's beautiful.
When you find that special person, it's hard not to picture yourself without them. I see where you're going.
That it is. So, now we want to hear about your work, your photography business, and your past exhibits for the Pride Gallery and the Orientation Guild, Eternity Art Gallery. I know you've had some of your work featured there. So how did you first get into photography, and tell us about your work?
Well, I'm a photographer in real life. Have been since I was a young man. And I was very thrilled to find out that when I came into Second Life, I could continue that passion here, only with a different medium. And the lighting is always good no matter where you're at, so that was a bonus.
Yes.
Originally, I came in as a model for SL, and one of the classes I don't want to say forced to take, but one of the classes I was encouraged to take was photography, and the wonderful, amazing, and talented photographer, Argentinian lady, instilled in me even more of a passion to do so here in Second Life. She taught me all the tricks that you need to know so that when you take your picture out of Second Life, you do not have to over-edit it into whatever editing program you use. So all of the pictures that you see that I have done are all done here in Second Life. There's no lighting added or anything in Photoshop.
Very
or
nice.
anything like that. Yes.
That's awesome.
It's raw. Yeah.
So about 2 years ago, I had a lady approach me. Her name is Kit Boyd. She's the owner and operator of the Monocle Man Galleries. And she'd seen some of my pictures on Flickr. And she asked me, would you like to do a show? Well, it was my first show ever, so of course I said yes. I was absolutely thrilled. And Kit really helped me with that, getting into it. And from that first gallery show, a wonderful gentleman named Lee McKay, who's the chairman for Second Life Pride here in World, saw some of my pictures, and in 2020 he asked me if I would like to be a featured artist and have an installation. Being a member of the LGBTQ community, it was quite an honor to be asked, so of course I said yes. And so that was the very first large exhibit in the cell that I had at the time. From there, I was really surprised to have Lee ask me back again this year for Pride 2021, which is Strength in Differences, That particular exhibit is still up. It will be up for the entirety of the year. If anyone wishes to see it, there's a link in my profile to the actual gallery. It's an open sim. Anybody can go. I do recommend at least going to tour the sim. It's very interesting to see it. It's a replica of New York, so near and dear to my heart.
Oh, it's amazing.
I think we'll plan a little trip there ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
I think you'll enjoy it. By all means, ride the trolley. It's exactly like the trolley in New York. It takes you to all the important places. It's certainly a grand time and a wonderful place to explore. And so those pictures that I have up in the Orientation Guild, thank you, Lady Ming, for allowing me to display there.
Oh, it was such an honor.
Some of those are featured there. You can see them, in their full canvas and everything there at Second Pride. And I'm again opening another show with Kit this weekend, I believe. Oi, that's on Saturday. And that one is Bodies in Motion. So I've been very blessed. I've had quite a bit of work in the past 2 years for the photography.
Yes, your work is amazing. We're very excited to showcase it at the Orientation Guild and for such an amazing cause, the Pride event. I mean, it was very special. So we thank you for allowing us to display your work.
Oh, it's truly my pleasure. An honor, really, to be asked.
Now I'm, super enticed to go see that.
Yes, let's do that.
We also hear that you have an upcoming show that benefits breast cancer, a very worthy cause. Can you share us some of the details of this event?
Oh, I'd be more than happy to. It's such an important event, especially here in Second Life. It's going to be the 9th year that it's been held, and it's called Rock Your Rack. It runs from October 2nd to the 17th. It's basically a 2-week festival. You'll have artists and dancers, dance troops. One of the ones that is going to be there, I truly recommended seeing. I believe Men in Motion will be there. It's fashion, music, art, and for artists like myself, there will be 2 original works that 100% of the price of the work will be donated to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. And then other works will be 50% donation for it. I encourage everybody to go. Breast cancer is not just something that affects women. Men can contract the disease as well. And all of us, no matter where you are in the world, has been touched by breast cancer in some way.
Yep.
So go take a look, see if there's something there that you fancy, purchase it. You've got something nice for yourself in Second Life, and you're helping somebody out in the real world.
Wow.
Absolutely. That's very nice that you do that.
Yes, definitely.
That's a great cause.
If
So we
you-
hope everyone will go and take a look at that when it comes up in October for sure.
There is a website if anybody wishes to follow it. Again, I'll put that in my profile. People can just go take a look
Yes,
and
please.
see what they have. Oh, certainly. I mean, reading it off here, people would be like writing with a pen. What was all again? I'll just put it in my profile for y'all.
Ah, yes.
That would be amazing. Thank you. So if anyone wants to check that out, check his profile in World.
And we'll see if we can get
Fantastic.
a link posted here for you.
Mm-hmm. All right. So tell us about your fantastic roleplay opportunities for members of your family, the embrace ceremonies that everyone is talking about. Now, I know that you invited me to one, and I attended. I was just blown away. It was absolutely spectacular. You even gave me my own personal guard. I was just it was amazing experience. I was very honored to attend. So please, speak to us more about that.
Would you open the enticings for all of PV to come and attend if they wish? And part of that is to bring you into our world. It's not exactly the same world as the vampires. It is still a dark world. Like I said, we are still vampires in a way that we feed from the soul. But when you come onto our sim, you step into another realm. And as I said with you, Lady Ming, it was important to us that you had your own guard so that you could feel safe and know that nobody was going to harm you there. Our enticings are completely written for each individual and their sire who is coming into being. one of us, one of the Dark Fae. Um, it's very meaningful to them. We believe that you're only turned once in this game, and it should be something that you remember and have good memories about.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
I agree 100%. It's very special, and who your sire is in the ceremony. Absolutely. Just that is that's what's going to shape, mold your experience in Progeny Vampire, is that from the beginning. So I agree 100%. And it was such a special, amazing ceremony, for real. I really enjoyed it.
what we do have happen is that we have the sire and the changeling. We call them changing instead of familiars. To sit down with our priestess the night before. They hold a vigil, and in that time they RP out what it's going to be like leaving the mortal coil, stepping into the mist paths, and going into the land of Tirnanok, which is the land of eternal youth. Because once you do step across that threshold, you can never go back. A day in the land of the Fae is 200 years in the mortal realm. And we try to incorporate that mythos into it, and it gives another RP opportunity for the sire and for the changeling. Just another way for them to bond before they have to get up there and do the ceremony that you witnessed, Ming.
Right.
Overall, for our family, we do follow the wheel of the year, so we hold 8 holidays. 4 of them are closed for just the family, and 4 are open for all of PV. The last one was Midsummer, and of course the next one will be Samhain.
Oh, one of my favorites.
Oh
yes, mine too.
Yeah, I believe all of us have a soft spot for Samhain.
I think so.
We also do twice a month what we call story time in our Great Hall, and that is where members of our family or anyone who wishes to can come and tell stories, fairy tales, folk tales, myths of the land that they come from. I'm very blessed that my house is an international house. I have a young man from Japan. I have one from India, I believe, if I remember correctly. A couple from Australia. And so all of them bring their own type of mythos to us. And in all of those cultures, there is some type of fae. And so we have them bring that into the RP with us. We do blessings. Sure you're familiar with Sleeping Beauty.
Oh yes.
Yes, not Disney Sleeping Beauty, Grimm's Fairy Tales.
Yep,
Yes.
the Grimm, the real
The
one.
scary
The real
version. Yeah.
The real one. We just
The
recently had
creepy version.
We just recently had one of our members who had a babe. We came in 3 days after the babe was born and blessed the child. Each of us came in turn to give our blessing to it. That they're always two-edged swords. When you say, may you always see clearly, it's not that you have great eyesight, it's that you may always see what's in front of you, and sometimes you do not wish to. And so these are the type of things that we do for our people. And we do have more than just the Dark Fae. We have vampires, Theranthropes, Adine, and I think at one point we had an angel for a while, which was a bit odd. But
Oh, very nice.
we try to give everybody a chance to see if it is something that they wish to try.
That sounds really exciting. A really neat special experience. And you gave us some beautiful photos that we can shoot across this recording so that everyone can take a look at the different things that you do during your embrace. Your sim was absolutely gorgeous. Your setup, everything was beautiful. I can attest to that. So.
Well, and I'm excited to
said-
see that exhibit myself.
Well,
Yes.
as we said, we tried to give you an immersive experience with our RP. Make you think a little
Love
bit
that.
differently, perhaps.
Yeah, because I think Progeny Vampire is looking to go more in that direction of more roleplay, more immersion. So it was fantastic. I really applaud you and your family.
Me as well. And so you yourself are a princeps. What are your goals? Your future goals for yourself and your family? I heard that you were hoping to get a clan, and if so, what are your future goals on that, if I may ask?
Oh, certainly. We have the honor to have our interview for clan status on August 1st.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was a wonderful experience for myself and my husband. You know, it is my hope that we might be granted the clan, because my people have worked very, very hard to bring us to this point. Every one of them are amazing, and they brought to what is our RP experience their own unique opinions and additions, and without them, none of this would have happened.
Yes,
It takes a village. Yeah.
yeah. Every
Yes.
member has their own little key part. I see what you're saying there.
Mhm. Everyone brings something special to the table.
For them, for my people in general, I would like to see them move more into greater progeny and become a part of it. We cannot be isolationists. I have many, many talented individuals that I think could benefit greater progeny. I have two who I'd like to see have their own house someday, and several individuals I'm encouraging to go and join the volunteer groups like the Ushers Guild, the Scribes Guild, and of course the Nation. I just think that they can enrich it, and that what they have to offer is something that progeny could benefit from, and that they could benefit from progeny.
Well, it's a win-win, and it'll make the game more immersive in every aspect, so I agree.
Build their confidence and assist you as a leader and guide in learning that as well. So it sounds fantastic. We wish you the best of luck. We hope that you get that clan.
Well, this is our hope.
We'll keep our fangs crossed for you.
Definitely.
So now, Lord Brian, we want to ask you if you have any parting words for the community. Is there any guidance that you can offer to the up-and-coming progeny, the new children of darkness in the realm?
Learn everything. Go to who you can and learn everything. Progeny is much bigger than your house. It's much bigger than your clan. It's even bigger than your bloodline. You should never be afraid to ask the question. Knowledge leads to understanding, and that leads to communication. But by all means, be respectful to our leaders and to our elders. The past paves present, and if we are to continue to enjoy, is really more than just a role-playing game, but a rich and vibrant community. We cannot be afraid of it. In the end, no matter what bloodline, what clan, who sired you, you are a part of a unique world. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Become a part of it. And just enjoy your own life. You have it. So.
Well, and that's what I always say. Dive right in. Be who you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
You should be. There's so many opportunities in progeny. If you know where to look, and if you don't know where to look, ask.
Yep, and like many people, like much like my wife here, know it like the back of their hand. So I mean, a lot of people would be willing to help.
Absolutely. Yeah. So education is key. And progeny is the most realistic HUD game on the grid. It's actually a role-playing ecosystem. It's a way of life. It's a culture. So we are so lucky to be able to experience this. And there's a lot of opportunities, like you said, waiting for people if they just reach out, right? So.
Well, I certainly did. I think I bothered everybody I could possibly get hold of.
Well, you know what?
You
That's
guys
the
are
way to
doing
do it.
fantastic.
I mean, a lot of people
Yeah.
are too scared or just too hesitant.
Intimidated
Or
or
intimidated.
Mhm.
Yes, that's a great word as well. That to actually
Mhm.
just take that first little step. So, mad props to you on
Good.
that, and I really hope you get your clan.
Definitely. Me too.
Congratulations
Best
on
wishes
being
to you and your family.
our first
Oh,
Dark
thanks so
Fae on the
much.
podcast.
It was an honor
Yes,
to be
and if
here.
I have.
If anyone is interested to be a Fae, to experience that, to explore that opportunity, talk to Lord Brian, reach out to him. So your destiny awaits.
My IMs are
Craig?
always open.
Do we want to go Fae now? I kind of do.
Well, I stick with my fangs, but I'll support it. It's
Oh,
gonna
we
be a
use our
long
fangs.
wait.
But we use our fangs, trust me.
And it's gonna
Lady
be a
Ming,
long
you would
wait.
be
I mean,
welcome.
what is it? 200 days to 1 day?
It is a long wait, but it's a good thing that you're immortal. You have the time.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
so worth it. It's so worth it.
I'll be waiting for my wife.
And
at
those
home,
ears are so cute.
I'll be waiting for my wife at home, like one of
I love those elf ears.
Oh,
one
thank
of those
you.
window watchers. Like, it's 200 years. Come on.
Well, I think we
Alright,
could make the
Craig.
exception for you and let you in anyway.
Well, I appreciate.
Oh, it'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Craig, are you really going to wait for me?
Always. I got nothing but time.
Well,
Genesis
we are
15.
immortal after all.
That's what I always tell everyone. You have nothing but time, you might as well use it to learn something.
Amen.
It's true. It's so true. We are immortal, so make good time, make good use of it. So, and Lord Dresden is here, everyone, just so everyone knows, and we appreciate him coming. And both of you, fantastic. We
Yes,
wish you
it's
the
a real
best of
honor.
luck with your clan. Yes, it's been very exciting, a real honor. Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
Oh,
everybody.
our pleasure.
And make sure you stay tuned. We will see you all again very soon on the Behind the Fang podcast. Have a great night, everybody.
Until we meet again.